In the last video, we started by thinking about responsibility. Now let's move on to accountability. Accountability is a proactive way of being, a further adult acceptance of and engagement with and elaboration upon the responsibility given. For example, your self-defined extra mile type steps, your enthusiasm for other ad hoc tasks, also your willingness to recognize areas where you yourself can adjust your personal behaviors for better performance and outcomes. Accountable includes admitting involvement in mistakes, taking the time to do some root cause analysis, and planning for it to go better next time. Ownership is a word often used in place of accountability, which defines very well that extra sense of engagement from the individual side. It's like when you graduate from school to university and the adults say, "This will be the measure of who you are. Will you actually attend lectures or will you stay in bed if nobody is around to push you?" If you cling to the idea that there's always going to be someone else who's supposed to be keeping an eye on you, instructing you, taking ultimate responsibility for what you do, then your sense of accountability possibly isn't the greatest. Let's do some comparisons to think about it. If someone's work is allocated and posed, they could be said to be responsible for it. If someone's work is self-driven, then moving towards accountability. If someone covers the basics, saying, "I did what you asked," they're in the range of responsibility, I guess. If they say, "I did what you asked, but that also led me to think about and do," then that's pushing towards accountability. If someone writes a procedure and distributes it and discusses it, then they're responsible. If they audit regularly to ensure that the process is being followed ongoing, that's moving towards accountability. If a person thinks someone else owns this, responsible. If they think I own this, it's accountable. A responsible person may point out problems, an accountable person will take steps to solve it. A responsible person waits for development, an accountable person develops themselves. A responsible person makes sure box-tick performance levels are maintained. An accountable person is all about continuous improvement. A responsible manager technically has a team and covers the basic requirements. An accountable manager coaches and develops and guides. A manager who requires a lot of management to supervise them in getting the work done is responsible. An accountable manager who is self-driven needs more coaching than management. Note, I've noticed over the years that accountability for the work of other people is a very common problem for managers. It seems almost objectionable to some, especially those who always produced excellent self-driven work themselves. Notice if that's how you feel about your people management role, as this mindset could become a significant issue. Remember that all the resources you need are there to assist in bringing people up to standard. Coaching, then stricter performance management, then your last resort HR disciplinary processes. In the next video, we'll start to look at some reasons why a person may not be showing the levels of accountability you'd like.